Good morning, Katrina. Welcome, welcome.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm well, thank you. How are you?
Thank you. If you have blocks at home, I would keep them nearby today. We might need them at some point, but if you don't have blocks, it's okay. Don't worry about it. You can have a stack of books, maybe. I don't know if that'll work today. We kind of need that to be, if you're going to use a block, I would need it to be really stable. So,
Okay, I don't have any blocks, but I'll figure out something. Thank you.
yeah. Good morning, everybody. Hey, Katrina and Hansa. Hey, thanks for being here. And Laura Lee. Okay, we've got a couple more coming in. Hey, Vicky, good morning. You guys are interested in music. If you're interested in music, I like to put a link in the chat box area to a playlist from my Spotify playlist. So I put that there. Let me see if I'll put it there again, just in case. So if you're interested, you can play that. Or if there's any music that you enjoy during your yoga practice, I encourage you to play it at home. Of course, none of us can hear it when we will all be muted. Good morning, Jessica.
Good morning.
So if you're interested in the music, it is in the chat area, or put on whatever you like. If you have blocks at home, I was just telling Katrina that you could keep those nearby if you have them. If not, it's okay. They're not crucial today, but they might be helpful at some point.
Do we need two blocks or one?
Just one.
Okay.
Would say, yeah. We're going to be working with working up to side crow today. And if you don't have side crow, don't worry about it. We're just going to play around with it and work our way there. And the block can be helpful when you're getting into side crow sometimes. So if you've got it, that's what we're using it for. We just have a couple minutes here. And we'll get started. I like to encourage my students to try to set up their space just like they would at a studio. So try your best to eliminate as many distractions as you can. I know with our home practice, it's impossible to eliminate all of them, but do your best. I have noticed that when I'm practicing at home, it's really easy to just grab my phone real quick, check my email real quick, or if I saw a text come in. So I love to encourage everybody to try to put that phone far enough away if you can. And if you are able to, eliminate any other distractions, I encourage you to do so. I have a door, I lock it, and I am so grateful for the lock on that door. But I know it's impossible to eliminate all distractions. So let's keep our expectations realistic here. But I also want to encourage you to do your best to recreate what we miss so much from the studio. Good morning, Joelle. Joelle, if you're interested in that playlist, I always put it in the chat, right? So if you're interested in that, you can play around with it. Good morning, Tori. Hey, glad you guys are here. Good morning. I was just telling everybody else that we'll need one block if you have it. Keep it nearby. If not, don't worry about it. I think we'll do just fine without it too. But it might be helpful. So we are doing 60 minutes flow variations. And I am Leah. I see some new faces in here. I am subbing for Elena today. And Elena was subbing for Natalie. So we're just kind of passing it all around today. But yeah, so I usually teach on Mondays and Fridays, but next week everything's kind of changing, right? Because we're starting to open up the studio, and weather permitting, we will have live classes outside at the Stafford studio, and I'm super excited for that. I will be teaching live Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturday mornings, and Mondays and Wednesdays will be in the evening for me. So make sure to check the schedule on Mind Body. I was trying to look the other day. I'm sure she's going to update the schedule pretty soon here. With everything shifting and changing, probably making those final adjustments before she puts the schedule out. Good morning, Ariel. Welcome. And Mark, hey, and Roxy, hey, so glad you guys joined us. Just one more time, there is a Spotify playlist in the chat box area. One block if you have it. If not, it's okay, don't worry about it. So we're gonna start seated today. I love to stay right here with you guys in the beginning, and then also at the end, I'll come back here. So don't worry too much about if I'm moving, coming back and forth from the computer to the mat. My words will lead you to where you need to be, so just listen to those. I want us to start seated today. We're going to do some breath work on our sit bones. You can have your legs however you like. So if your legs feel better, long out in front of you, do that. Maybe crisscrossing the legs feels better to you today. Maybe sitting on a blanket or a pillow feels nice to raise up your hips a little bit. You can do that as well. Just allowing your sit bones to ground down. Begin to stack your vertebra one on top of the other, just like building blocks all the way up to the base of the skull, and it rests right on the top. Letting your shoulders remain heavy down away from the ears. And your hands land wherever feels comfortable for you this morning. So knees, thighs, you can bring both hands to your belly so that you can start to feel your breath. Or my favorite place for my hands is my left hand on my heart, my right hand on my belly. Finding a place that's most comfortable for you as you begin to drop into your practice this Friday morning. Beginning to locate your breath and bring your awareness to that breath. Where does it travel to inside your body? Maybe you close your eyes to start to focus internally, just to become aware. Finding presence here and allowing yourself to sit with the sensations that you feel. I think we're asked to do that a lot right now, sitting with the sensations that we feel. There's a lot of emotions. This can be really intense right now as we move through these safe at-home procedures and distance ourselves from others in a way that feels really unnatural. There's a lot of emotions that comes up with it. And every day, almost every minute, feels like a little bit of a roller coaster ride. I know, at least for me, it has, and maybe you've experienced the same. So part of our practice is allowing ourselves to be here with it and asking yourself, what does care look like for me right now? If you could imagine that you were to be there to nurture and care for yourself, what does that look like? Using your imagination, we need to create a space where we can find that answer. We can let it come from within And then we can listen and do whatever our mind and our body is craving to do. That would offer us a cushion, that would offer us a nice landing spot. And if you maybe, when you ask yourself that question, maybe you feel okay. There's lots of times when we feel like I'm content, I'm happy, I'm healthy. So then we can take that from that question from ourselves and we can apply it maybe to our family and friends. What does care look like for my family and friends right now? And if you feel like that circle is good, then you can move it out to the next ring. What does care look like for my community? And then just keep moving it out further. What does care look like for my country? What does care look like for the world? Now let's do our best to behave in that place when we ask ourselves that question. Bring both hands to heart center, or maybe you place your left hand on your heart and your right hand on top. As you continue to scan the body, focusing on your breath as it comes in and flows away, we'll take a moment to set our intention. So find a purpose behind your breath and your movement. Maybe you ask yourself, what does care look like? And whatever pops up for you, maybe that's your intention today. Finding a phrase or a word that you can focus on. Imagine in your mind's eye, and then let it all go. Let your breath fade away. And take a deep breath in through your nose. Fill up your belly, fill up your back, your chest, your collarbones widen at the top. And then sigh your breath out, sealing your intention. Now, as you begin to inhale, flutter your eyes open. We'll meet in tabletop. So stacking your shoulders over your wrists, your hips over your knees. I will join you. Just start to line everything up in the body. Making sure that when you look between your knees, those feet, they disappear behind the thighs. And we'll start to find some movement on our mat, just being really gentle here. So you can inhale, drop your belly, lift your heart, cow pose. And then as you exhale, push your spine high, rounding the chin in. Or maybe you find more additional movements. You can rock left to right, forward and back. Let's take about 4 breaths to just find whatever movement is calling for you today. And if you feel like, I'm not sure what movement I need, just close your eyes, feel your breath, and begin to move. Noticing how the spine feels, how the shoulders feel. One more round of breath, wherever you are, finding that movement. And find neutral tabletop. So spread your fingers nice and wide. Redisperse your weight in your hands to your fingertips. So your fingertips start to turn white a little bit as you redistribute that weight, pushing down through the top of the feet. Start to gather up your core in the middle. So we draw the sides of the waist to the midline of the body. Really pushing through your shins and your knees. So we're active in our tabletop. And I want you to slowly lift this right hand off the mat and bring your bicep by your ear. And notice if you had to shift your weight a little bit, try your best to bring your weight back over to the right, even though that right arm is not there. Draw the left side of your body in and up. Take a breath here. And then plant this right hand back down, not for long though. So on your next inhale, we're gonna open this right arm up to the sky. Open your chest up, take your gaze to the right hand, and then put it back down. We're gonna do that 3 more times. So inhale, bicep by your ear, fingers reach forward. Exhale, put the hand down. Inhale, open up your chest as the right arm lifts. And exhale, put it down. Inhale, right bicep by your ear. Exhale, put it down. Inhale, open up, reach up. Exhale, put it down. Let's do 1 more. Inhale, bicep by your ear. Exhale, down. Inhale, open up. Exhale, down. Let's move through a cat-cow to reset our spine. So drop your belly, lift your heart as you inhale. Exhale, chin to chest, push the spine high. Neutral tabletop. Now start to gather up your core, right? Sides of the waist, the midline of the body. So you're nice and engaged. You're supported here because this left arm's gonna lift. Bring your left bicep by your ear. Fingers are reaching forward, palm faces inward. And then slowly put that left hand back down. Inhale, left arm up, open up your chest, look at that left hand up above you and place it back down. 3 more like that. Inhale, left bicep by your ear. Try to stay stable through the body. Put the hand down. Inhale, open up, look up, hand down. Inhale, bicep by your ear. Exhale, down. Inhale, open. Exhale, down. 1 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, open. Exhale, down. Nice. Cat-cow to reset the spine. Drop your belly, lift your heart. Exhale, push and round. Think about the back of the neck being wide, having a nice wide, long base here. So feel the shoulder blades pull apart. Nice. Bring your toes to touch, your knees drop open, sink back. Child's pose. Let your forehead rest heavy. 2 rounds of breath in and out. 1 more. Inhale, come back to your neutral tabletop. Reorganize everything. Stack it all up. Now this time start to reach your right arm by your ear and your left leg behind you. Flex that left foot and think about 1 long line from your right fingertips to your left heel. And then start to squeeze the knee to the elbow underneath you. Maybe they tap, maybe they don't. Inhale, reach out. Exhale, squeeze in. Stabilize nice and slow. Inhale, reach. Exhale, squeeze in. It's harder the slower you move. So that's why I ask. Move slower. Inhale, reach. Exhale, squeeze and tap. Inhale, reach. Place that right hand down, left knee down. Reorganize. Once again, stack it all up. This time, inhale, left arm by your ear, right leg goes back, flex that right foot. Reach out, feel the stretch as you reach, and then squeeze it in, knee to elbow. Nice control as you inhale and reach back out, gazing just in front of the right hand, and then exhale, squeeze inward. Inhale, reach. Exhale, squeeze. Let's reach out 1 more time, find that extension. And place the left hand down, right knee down. Cat-cow. Inhale, drop your belly, lift your heart. Exhale, push and round. Toes touch. Knees can go as wide as the mat. Child's pose. Let your forehead settle in on a pillow, blanket, or the floor. Breath in, breath away. Walk both arms over to the right side of your mat. Allow your forehead to rest back down. Put a little pressure underneath your left palm and release that right hip back towards your right heel. Feel the stretch through your right shoulder and your right side body. Deep breath into your left rib cage. And let it go. Walk your hands through center, all the way to the left. Find a place for your head to rest. Little pressure underneath that right hand as you push it into the floor. Right hip pushes back towards your heels. Breath in, breath out. Walk both hands to center. Begin to tuck your toes and send your hips up and back. Let's find our first down dog of the practice, first down dog of the day. So just kind of start to fidget, find your little movements to get your down dog all set up. Really spreading the fingers nice and bright, just like in our tabletop, pushing through your arms to shift your weight into your legs. Think about your shoulder blades. We want to think about wrapping our shoulder blades into our underarms and feel the engagement
and the strength from there, using the underarms, the part of the shoulders that we can access that strength rather than the top of our shoulders. There's a little bit of strength through the top of our shoulders we want to focus on, but we can access so much more as we wrap those shoulder blades underneath us. It's okay if you got a bend in your knees, maybe you find some movement there as you walk your dog this morning. But we're going to take 4 more breaths, find your little movements, and then see if you can be still. 3 breaths. What does care look like for myself this morning? And how will I honor that this morning in my practice? 1 more round of breath. As you inhale, come forward to a plank. Remember, you can always drop your knees here, stacking your shoulders over your wrists. If your knees are lifted, we're pushing through those heels, thinking about lifting our inner thighs up to the sky. With the hands, imagine as if you could push those hands away from each other. Deep breath in, and as you exhale, lower the body to the floor, nice and slow. Untucking your toes, pushing the top of your feet down, lift your chin and your heart, baby cobra. Slowly lower all the way back down, forehead to the floor. Inhale to tabletop, and exhale to down dog. Breath in, and breath out. As you inhale, send the right leg up to the sky. Flex it through the foot and push that heel up. Look at your right thumb and bring the right foot to the right thumb. Once we've got our right knee over our ankle, drop the left knee down and untuck the toes. We're going to come to standing, lifting the torso up. You can place both hands on that right knee, or you can place the hands at heart center. So I want you to think about squeezing your right heel towards your left knee, so that way we're hugging through our pelvis, we're hugging through our hips. So we're staying nice and lifted, and the joints are not dumping into the joints, right? Lifting, right? Feeling the sides of your waist draw into the midline of the belly. Now, as we're here and engaged through the legs, find a small shift forward while you keep that engagement, just a couple of inches, really small movement here, and then just shift right back to where you were. So inhale, shift forward just a little, and shift back. Feeling that engagement still through the legs. Inhale forward, and exhale back. Now bring both arms up overhead. And we're going to hinge over to the right. Come back to center and hinge over to the left. Inhale, bring both arms up overhead. Send your left arm forward and your right arm back. Taking a little twist here. Trying to look at that back hand. Still feeling the hugging and the lifting through the pelvis. And bring the left hand to the floor, right arm to the sky, low lunge twist. Now, if you want to engage the back leg, you can tuck the left toes and lift the knee. Think about drawing your right hip back, pushing strong through your left arm wherever you are, and then plant the right hand down. Step back to your down dog. Inhale, feel. Exhale, stillness. Inhale, come forward to a plank. You can always drop your knees and slowly lower the body to the floor. Untucking your toes, pushing through the top of the feet. Palms can be under your shoulders. They can be wider than your shoulders. They can be above your shoulders. Find a place for your hands to be. Play around with your hand placement. And inhale, lift a little higher through your chest. Exhale, lift even higher. Inhale to your highest, hips are still down, legs are engaged, and slowly lower the chin to the floor. Now for the challenge, you can tuck your toes, keep your knees down to modify, but as you inhale, squeeze your muscles to your bones, and exhale, push to a plank and hold here. Deep breath in, and as you exhale, find your down dog. 1 breath of stillness in our down dog. Inhale, left leg up. Flexing the toes, pushing through the heel. Look at your left thumb. Bring the left foot to the left thumb. Right knee down, untucking the toes.
Come to standing on that back knee, maybe both hands on the thigh or hands to heart center. Remember, we want to feel that lift through the pelvis, squeezing your left heel towards your right knee. Now, a couple inches as we shift forward and shift it back. Small movement. You should feel strong here. Inhale. Exhale, shift it back. Just one more. Inhale. Exhale. Start to stabilize yourself and bring your arms up overhead. And shift over to the right. Inhale to center. Exhale to the left. Inhale to center. Right arm forward, left arm back. Tracking the left hand with your gaze if that feels okay on the neck. Still stay lifted through your pelvis, drawing it in and up. Plant your right hand down. Left arm stays lifted. If you want to tuck the back toes and lift the knee, you can, or maybe you keep the knee down if that feels better. And with control, left hand down. Left foot steps back. Find your down dog. Deep breath in. Long breath away. Inhale, come forward to a plank. And everyone bring your knees to the floor. So we're in a knee down plank. So make sure you're out of your hips. We need to do that work through our core. You can untuck your toes if you like. All right, so just like we did in our tabletop, we're gonna do some arm work here from the shoulders. So start to stabilize through your core. Really draw the sides of the waist to the midline of the belly, especially through the left side. Feel this left arm nice and strong. And as you inhale, start to lift this right arm off the floor. Bring your bicep by your ear. Should be super challenging. That's okay. That's why we're doing it. Bring it down. As you inhale, right arm out to the side in line with your shoulder, and then put it down. 2 more. Inhale, bicep by your ear. Exhale, put it down. Inhale, right arm straight out in line with your shoulder, and put it down. 1 more. Engage your core. Inhale, bicep by ear. Exhale, put it down. Inhale, lift it out to the side in line with your shoulder, and exhale, put it down. Now slowly lower the body to the floor. Untucking your toes, pushing through the top of your feet. Find a placement for your hands. Maybe it's a little different than our last cobra. And inhale, little lift through the chest. Exhale, a little higher. Inhale to your highest. Draw your heart forward and your shoulders back and down. And lower all the way back down. Tuck your toes for the challenge or keep those knees down, palms under your shoulders. Squeeze the muscles to the bones as you inhale. Push to your plank. Hold here. Breath in. Breath out. Hips up and back. Down dog. Little bend through your knees, gazing forward. Walk forward, tiptoe forward. We'll find forward fold at the top of the mat. Bring your hands to your shins, halfway lift, inhale. And exhale, fold. Little bend through the knees. Reach your arms out and up. Finding your high mountain. Bring your palms to touch, hands to heart center. Inhale, both arms come up overhead. Palms touch, interlace your fingers and release your index finger. This is the steeple mudra here. Bringing both arms up overhead. Start to slowly hinge over to the right, pushing down through your left foot. Roll your left shoulder back. Another breath. Maybe you take it over an inch or so more. And inhale, come back to center. Exhale, let's hinge over to the left. Push through your right foot. Feel the stretch through your shoulder, through your rib cage. Inhale, come all the way back up to center. And we're going to fold all the way down through heart center. Meeting in forward fold at the top of the mat. Inhale to a halfway lift. And exhale, fold. So take a bend in your knees and plant your hands down so that your palms are touching the floor. Sometimes it helps to step your feet back a little bit. Now come high onto your tippy toes. With the arms strong and straight, I want you to start to bring the weight of the body into your arms. So this is like a handstand prep. So we're not going to lift up into handstand today, but this is really good prep, good core work, feeling the strength of your shoulders as you push the floor away, coming high on your tippy toes, really drawing the belly to the sky. Now from here, if you like a jump back to chaturanga, and that's in your practice, you can take it.
Or you can stick with me and slowly tiptoe all the way back to plank as you keep that core engagement all the way back. From plank pose, we lower down halfway, chaturanga, and push back up. Lower down halfway, belly pulls in. Slowly lower the body to the floor and untuck your toes. Bringing your palms by your lower ribs. Now listen carefully, okay? So inhale, we're start to lift our chest. Maybe you start to lift your hands here. Imagine your elbows are pulling up to the sky. Now start to lift both feet. This is locust pose with up dog arm, or with our cobra arms next to us. So this is just prepping us for up dog here. Lifting through the feet, lifting the crown of the head a little higher. Now from here, you can put your hands down and find cobra, or you can put your hands down and your feet down and lift up to your up dog, lifting the hips and the thighs, drawing the sides of the waist to the midline of the belly, and tuck your toes. Down dog, hips go up and back. Find a breath for stillness. I hope you guys are warming up. I'm warming up. Breath in, sends your right leg up, and bring your right foot to your right thumb. Really scissor your inner thighs. Find that pelvic lift, right? Start to lift your torso off the thigh, bringing your arms by your ears, crescent lunge. Deep breath in. Long breath out. Send your left arm forward, your right arm back, taking your gaze to that back hand if it feels okay on the neck. Maybe it feels better to take a little bend through your left knee, you can do so. Drawing the sides of the waist to the midline of the belly. Bring the right hand to your left thigh, left arm up, revolve crescent. Breath in. And as you exhale, slowly plant this left hand down, high lunge twist, right arm to the sky. Keep drawing your right hip back, feeling that lift through the pelvis. Right palm down to the floor. Step the right foot back, find your down dog. Breath for stillness. The inhale pulls you forward to your plank. Maybe your knees are down. You can lower down halfway or all the way. Everybody lower all the way down after you pause in your chaturanga. We're gonna take that locust up dog we just did. So bring your palms by your lower ribs and inhale, start to lift your chin and your chest. Inhale, start to lift both feet. Maybe the hands start to lift off the floor. Pulling your elbows to the sky. Think about squeezing the elbows in and pushing them down towards your feet. Draw your shoulders away from your ears. Now slowly lower all the way back down. You can take high cobra if you like, or push through those hands. Push through the feet, find your up dog. Tucking your toes, down dog. Breath in, breath out. Inhale, left leg up. Bring your left foot to your left thumb. Set up your base here, nice and strong, stable. Start to lift up through the torso, arms overhead, crescent lunge. Send your right arm forward, left arm back. Maybe take a little bend in that right knee. Drawing your shoulders over your hips. Reach back, look back. Left hand to the right thigh, right arm up. Revolved crescent here. As you exhale, right hand plants. High lunge twist, left arm is up to the sky. Draw your left knee in towards your chest. Your left hip back, right hip forward. Push strong through your right arm. And bring this left hand down. Step back to your plank. I'm sorry, your down dog. Hips are up and back. Breath in. Breath out. Inhale, come forward to a plank. Lowering down halfway down or all the way. Flip to the top of the feet. You can find your up dog or your high cobra. Exhale, tuck your toes. Hips up and back, down dog. Find stillness. What does care look like in my body right now? On your next inhale, slowly begin to walk your hands towards your feet at the back of the mat. Inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale, fold in. Grab those ankles or calves. Let those elbows go wide. Hips are high. Compress the body in. Maybe you find some space on an inhale. And then we'll hug the body in. slowly release your fingertips to the floor. Find that halfway lift. Exhale, bend it through the knees. Inhale, arms go out and up. High mountain, palms touch, bringing your hands to heart center. Inhale, arms out and up. With your feet about hips width distance apart, sink your hips back and down. Find your chair pose. So put your weight in your heels. Round your tailbone down. Think about putting that tailbone in between your inner thighs. Really drawing it forward and down. Let your hips go straight down. We want to bring this chest away from the thighs as much as we can without losing that pelvic tuck. And then keep settling your hips. We just have one more breath. You can keep the arms up or bring them to heart center. And let's fold forward all the way back down. Inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Hands to the floor. Let's walk out to our plank. Okay, so just as we've been doing that arm challenge on tabletop and knee down plank, now we're going to do it in plank. So bring your feet a little bit wider. This can help give you more stability. You can bring your knees down if you're not feeling your plank right now. If you're just over planks, bring those knees down. So really start to engage your core. Pull it all up and in. Now with control, right arm comes from the floor, bicep by your ear. Try not to do too much shifting through the body. Then bring it down. Bring your right arm up to the sky and put it down. Bicep by your ear. Put it down. Right arm up to the sky. Put it down. One more on the right side. Inhale, bicep by your ear. Reach those fingers forward. Put it down. Inhale, open, gaze up, put it down. Nice. Slowly lower the body all the way down. Untucking your toes. Inhale to your cobra. And exhale, lower all the way down. Tucking your toes. Inhale, engage. Exhale, push to your plank. And find your down dog. Hips go up and back. Beautiful. Breath in. Breath away. Inhale, come forward to a plank. This time, drop your knees to the floor. Untuck your toes. We're going to start to engage the core. We got to take that arm challenge on the other side. So inhale, left arm by your ear. Knee down plank seems to be a little bit more challenging. Is it just me? And put it down. Inhale, left arm out in line with your shoulder. So don't lift it up to the sky this time. Keep the chest closed off and then put the hand down. Inhale, left bicep by your ear. Put it down. Inhale, in line with your shoulder out to the left. Put it down. Inhale, bicep by your ear. Put it down. Inhale, open it up to the side. Put it down. Nice. Slowly lower the body all the way down. Bring your forehead to the floor, arms beside you. Let your heels drop out. Maybe roll out your wrists. We're asking a lot of them today. You can bring your right cheek to the mat just for a moment here. Breath in. And breath out. Bring your hands by your lower ribs. Chin is to the floor. Begin to push down through the top of the feet. Start to lift your chin and your chest. You can start to lift those arms as you reach the elbows to the sky, and then towards the back of the room, maybe both feet start to lift. Finding that locust pose again. Finding some stability here. Small sips of breath in and out. And slowly lower down, pushing your hands into the floor. You can find cobra or lift all the way up to your up dog. Tuck your toes. Hips go up and back, down dog. Breath in. And breath out. Inhale, right leg goes up to the sky. Bring your right foot to your right thumb. Getting nice and strong through your core, through your pelvis. Lift up, find your crescent lunge. Bring your palms to touch and hands come to heart center. Start to twist to your right. The whole torso twists to the right. And then come back to center. Inhale, twist to the right. Come back to center. A little bit of a balance challenge. Inhale to the right. And then slowly begin to hinge forward, hooking the left arm on the outside of the right knee, palms together. Push your heart towards your thumbs, gazing up to the sky. If that feels okay on your neck. If you have any neck drama going on, you can always just look at the floor. What does self-care look like for myself right now? Is it to push into a challenge?
is it to back off a little bit. You can always drop your back knee down. Just have one more breath here. If you want to open up your prayer twist, you can. Right arm to the sky, left arm opens to the floor. And if you open it up, close it up again. Now, start to really ground down through your right foot. And with control, step this left foot forward to meet the right. So now we're in a prayer twist in a chair position here. We're going to move into side crow. Here's where you might need a block. So I can just show you real quick. So from our prayer twist, we would let our hips sink really low. Put your hands down to the right side of you. And to get some more lift, if you have a block at home, you can bring your feet on top of a block, okay? So if you've never practiced inside crow, I'm going to talk you through it. So if you're working from a block, awesome. You don't have to work from a block. But we want to focus on having some chaturanga arms. Think about that half push-up. So our shoulders wrap in and down. We start to find a little bend through the elbows. So we're going to try to snug this right knee as high up on your left tricep as you can. And then starting to hinge forward, bringing those inner thighs together. Try to keep the feet together, gazing forward, asking a lot of your right arm because there's nothing resting on this right arm, right? I try to keep my gaze forward. You can take it out to the right as well. And then slowly, as you hinge forward, draw the belly in and up. Maybe your toes get a little lighter and start to lift off your block or lift off the floor. If they're not lifting at all today, that's okay. Just play around with hinging forward, feeling the strength of your shoulders. Maybe eventually those toes start to lift. If you're saying, okay, I'm all done with that, no thank you, you can meet us in a yogi squat. We just have 2 more breaths here to play around on this side. Maybe those toes get light, maybe they don't. But just be patient with yourself. And then slowly move that block out of the way if you had it. We're going to spring our feet hips width distance apart. Send your hips up to the sky. Forward fold, grab opposite elbows, ragdoll. Maybe you roll out the wrists. Massage through the hands. Shake the head, yes and no. Let the torso hang really heavy. 2 more breaths here. Bending one knee and the other if you like. Release your fingertips to the floor. As you inhale, bring your hands to your shins, halfway lift. And exhale, fold forward. Little bend through the knees. Inhale, arms go out and up, high mountain. Palms touch, bring your hands to heart center. Deep breath in. Let it go. Inhale, arms up overhead. Fold forward, exhale. Inhale, hands plant down. Come high onto your tippy toes. If you want to jump back, you can do so, or maybe you stick with me as you tiptoe all the way back to your plank. You can lower halfway down or all the way down. Find your high cobra or up dog. Tucking your toes, piking your hips back, down dog. Breath in, breath out. Inhale, come forward to a plank. You can drop those knees down if you like. We got to take that challenge on the other side. So I like to bring my feet wide. This helps to stabilize and try not to shift so much. And as we grow stronger, we can always bring our feet closer together. But for me right now, it works best with my feet nice and wide. So really gather up all of your energy in your core to the midline of the belly. And then slowly start to lift this left arm up by your ear. Put it down. Bring your left arm to the sky. Look at it. Put it down. Inhale, bicep by your ear. Put it down. Inhale, left arm up. Put it down. Keep going. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, open. Exhale, down. Beautiful. Lower halfway down or all the way down. Flip to the top of your feet. Find your high cobra or up dog. And exhale. Pike your hips. Down dog. Whew. Lots of arm work today. Deep breath in. Long breath away. Inhale, left leg up. Bring your left foot to your left thumb. Let's get off those hands for a minute. Rise up to your crescent lunge. Let your hips settle in and down, but remain lifted and hugged through your hips, right? You can always find a little bend in that right knee. Bring your palms to touch and hands to heart center. As you inhale, twist to the left and come back. I want you to focus on your right hip flexor, how it feels as you inhale and twist. Exhale, back. Inhale, twist to your furthest, drawing that left elbow back. Start to hinge forward. Right elbow on the outside of your left knee here. Prayer twist. You can always drop your back knee. Asking yourself the most important question, what does care look like for me right now? If you want to open up your prayer twist, you can. Last breath. Draw your hands back to heart center. Really fire up through your left thigh. Left foot is pushing into the floor. With control, right foot steps up to meet the left. So now we're in our chair pose with a prayer twist to the left. We're going to take side crow on this side. I'm going to turn around and face this way so I can look at you guys. So get your block ready. If you want to come to standing on that block, you can. Got to get that hook again. Let your hips sink a little lower. Maybe you come to your tippy toes, planting your hands down to your left side. Both knees are pointing to the top of your mat. Now this time we stack that left knee on top of that right tricep. Try to snug it in as close to your armpit as you can. And then find those chaturanga arms, gazing forward. Really push through your fingertips, pulling the belly in and up. Let your toes get nice and light. This is very difficult, I know. So be patient with yourself. Celebrate all the little successes along the way. It's a challenge for a reason. This is a part of the practice. Maybe your toes get light. Maybe they start to lift off. Maybe they don't today. That's okay. And when you've had enough, you can stick around for 2 more breaths and continue to play. Or you can meet me in yogi squat. And then slowly move that black block out of the way. Meeting in our yogi squat at the top of the mat. Let the hips sink nice and low. Knees go wide. Bring your hands to heart center. Push your elbows into your thighs. Open up. Chest is lifting. Deep breath in. Long breath away. Towel off if you need to, like me. It's nice and warm. Maybe find a little shift left and right. Bring both hands to the floor. Send your hips up to the sky. Walk it out. Bring your feet in, hips width distance. Bend one knee and the other. Ragdoll. Allow the body to hang heavy. Maybe you roll out your wrists. You can find a little hand massage. If you notice your wrists are taking on a lot today, work it out. One more breath. Releasing your fingertips to the floor. Inhale to a halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Inhale, plant your hands. You can tiptoe back to a plank. You can jump back to a plank, or you can just meet us in down dog. Listen to your body. What would it look like to care for it right now? Moving through chaturanga or lowering all the way down to the floor. Find your back bend of choice, cobra or up dog. Meeting and down dog. Find stillness. Inhale and exhale. From here, gazing forward. If you'd like to take a jump through, you can. So bring your hands a little wider than your shoulders. With a deep bend in your knees, you can tiptoe those feet in just a little bit. Begin to find some pulsing through the hips. You can jump forward and find a seat in between your hands. You can step forward and sit down, however you like to get there. Bringing your sit bones all the way down to the mat. Bring your feet to the floor. We're going to move into low boat. We're going to move through high boat and low boat here. So with the feet to the floor, about hips width distance apart. Hold on to your thighs. Start to hinge back. Keep your chest lifted. Your shoulders are back and down. Maybe you stay right here. Maybe the tip toes touch down. You can lift those feet so your shins are parallel to the floor. You can let go with the arms and reach out, palms face palms. This is high boat here. From here, inhale, keep lifting through your chest. And as you exhale, we're going to lower halfway down. Keep your shoulders off the floor, chest is lifted, feet are still hovering. And then come up to your high boat, back where we were. Inhale, exhale, low boat. Inhale, high. Exhale, low. Inhale, high. Exhale, low. Inhale, up. Exhale, low.
Inhale up. Exhale, let's lower all the way down for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pull your knees into your chest, hug them in, head is heavy to the floor. Rock left and right. Lots of hard work today. Give yourself some love for showing up on your mat this Friday morning. It's not easy right now to show up at your home. It's not easy with all the things we have going on. So give yourself some gratitude for making it happen. All right, let your legs go long on the floor. Left heel is out a little bit to the left, right is out to the right. Bring your arms up overhead. So I call these star reaches. I'm not sure the technical name, but that's just what I think of. We're gonna alternate. So first, we're gonna lift our right leg up, and we're gonna lift our body up and reach to the outside of that right leg, and then put everything back down. So inhale, lift your chest, lift your left leg, reach to the outside of that left leg, and then put it down. Nice. Inhale, right leg lifts, reach. Put it back down. Inhale, left leg, reach to the outside. Put it back down. Inhale, reach to the outside of the right. Put it down. Inhale to switch. Exhale, put it down. Let's do 3 more on each side. Reach and slow back down. Inhale, reach. Slow back down. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, lift. Lower with control. Inhale. Exhale. Last one on the left side. Inhale. Lower all the way down. Nice. Take a nice morning stretch. Reach in opposite directions. Toes extend, fingers extend. And then just relax. Walk your legs over to the right. Walk your arms over to the right. So we're making a banana shape with the body. You can cross the left ankle on the right. You can hold on to the left wrist. Let your head get heavy. Relax through your shoulders. Breath in. Sigh it away. Inhale, bring your feet and hands to center and then walk them to the left. All the way over. You can hold on to the the right wrist. And you can place the right ankle on top of the left. Just finding a gentle side stretch. Locating your breath again. Come back to center and draw your knees into your chest. Hug them in. Grab onto the back of your thighs and begin to rock and roll the full length of the spine. If you want to jump back and do an optional flow, you can. You would place your hands down and jump back to a chaturanga and move through. Or you can just stick with me. I'm not going to go for that optional flow right now. So bringing your sit bones down to the mat, this is where we'll meet. If you took that optional flow, bring your sit bones down to the floor. Legs go long in front of you. Begin to sit up tall, moving your sit flesh out of the way, feeling the sit bones ground down. As you inhale, reach up overhead, and exhale, start to hinge forward, finding that seated forward fold. Grab onto where you can, ankles, calves, feet. We're just gonna stay here for another breath. Inhale, slowly come all the way back up. Don't worry, we're gonna take that one again. That was way too short for my liking. I love that one for a long time. Okay, so we're gonna spread our legs out nice and wide. Bring your left foot to the inside of your inner right thigh. So I like to call it half butterfly. So we're flexing those right toes to the face. Now inhale, bring your arms up overhead. And we're gonna reach for the right inner arch of our right foot. The left arm comes up overhead, reaching for the toes. Maybe they touch, maybe they don't. Doesn't matter, that's just the direction we're going. Let your left knee get nice and heavy and drop out. Keep rolling your left shoulder open to the sky for another breath here. As you inhale, come up, place the left hand to the floor behind you. Bring this right arm up overhead and push your hips up to the sky. Lower them back down. Right hand grabs the right arch of the foot, left arm back up overhead. So we're just flowing in between. Inhale, left arm up, place it down to the floor, right arm to the sky, reach the hips up. Hips go down to the floor. Right hand reaches for the arch of the foot. Left arm up and over. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, lift up, plant your left hand down. Right arm up, hips up. Lower the hips down, hinging over that right leg, keeping your left shoulder open. Inhale, come all the way back up. Sitting up tall, let's switch out the leg. So right foot to the inside of the left leg. Left leg is out. Flexing the toes towards the face. Inhale, bring your arms up to reach up. Left hand reaches for the arch of the foot. Right arm up and over. We're going to stay here for just 2 breaths. Letting your body settle in. Let your right hip stay nice and heavy. Feel that stretch. And as you inhale, come up. Plant your right hand down behind you. Left arm up, hips up. Let it feel good. Put the hips down. Left hand to the inner arch. Hinge over. Inhale up, plant your hand. Left arm by your ear, lift your hips. Plant the hips down. Reach for the inner arch of the left foot. Right arm up and over. Inhale, lift up. This is our last one. Plant your hand, lift up. Lower the hips and hinge over that left leg. Right shoulder stays open. Inhale, come all the way back up to center. Bring your palms to touch hands to heart center. Let your legs go long in front of you again. Maybe you walk out the knees a little bit. So this time we're going to reach our arms up and then cross at your wrists. So you're making an X shape with your hands, right? Inhale, lift up, and exhale, start to hinge forward. So opposite hand grabs opposite leg or foot. Deep breath in, little lift through the chest. Exhale, bend at your elbows. Pull the body down. Inhale. Exhale, hinge. One more. Slowly lift all the way back up. We're going to move to fire log pose here. So I'm going to turn to face you guys. We're going to bring our right leg on the bottom, our left leg on top. So bring your left ankle on top of your right foot and then stack your left knee over your right ankle. So we want our shins to be parallel to each other. Our heels are about 2 feet away from our sit bones here. So we're not sitting in a crisscross leg position. We're trying to sit with those shins stacked, right? Just like fire logs. So if this left knee is popping way up off of your ankle, that's okay. Just let it be wherever gravity pulls it to and it stays, you can stay there. If you feel like this is too much on your knees, that's okay. Maybe come to child's pose and rest there till we move along here. So sit up tall, bring your arms up overhead, palms touch, hands to heart center. Now stay lifted through the chest, through the spine, and then slowly tilt forward. I like to flex my feet. You try flexing yours and then maybe relaxing them. See what you like better. So slowly beginning to tilt forward. Eventually, maybe you can bring your forearms to your shins. And if that's too much today, you can just bring your hands to the floor in front of your legs. But keep your chest lifted. Try to keep your chin away from your throat. See if you can settle in. This can be really intense on the outer hips. Soften through your jaw. Soften through the corners of your eyes. 2 more breaths. Come all the way back up. Let's switch out the legs. So bring the left leg to the bottom. Let's stack the right leg on top. So right ankle on left knee on left ankle. Sit up tall, arms go up and overhead. Palms touch, bring your hands to heart center. And slowly begin your tilt forward. Maybe this side feels a little different. Maybe you can take it further with your tilt. Maybe you can connect the forearms to the shins, or maybe you just bring your hands, you can pop to your fingertips and be here. Two more rounds. Slowly come all the way up.
The hands to heart center. Let the legs go long out. Just gently bend one knee and the other. I'm going to slowly lay down on the floor. So reach the arms out in front of you. Let your palms face each other. Sit up tall. And then as you exhale, we're going to draw that belly in, round through the spine, just like in cat pose, and slowly lower to the floor. The head comes all the way down. Draw your knees into your chest and hug them in. We're going to move into shoulder stand if you're interested. So you can bring these legs straight up. The arms can be down beside you. You can place a block underneath your lower back here, just at your sacrum, and leave it there with the legs extended upward. Or you can stick with me and slowly begin to lift those legs all the way up. Hands come to your lower back. Try to bring your elbows closer to each other. Now start to really reach up through your toes. Squeeze your glutes. Pull your hips towards your face. Reach your toes up. Shoulder stand. Gazing straight up to your toes. Try not to look left and right here, being really careful with our neck. Core is pulling in. Can you lift a little higher? Now you can stay here, or you can slowly come into plow pose, lowering the feet down overhead. Maybe the toes touch down, maybe they don't, but you can play around with pointing the toes and flexing the toes. You can take a deep bend in your knees and bringing those knees by your ears for ear pressure pose. Continue to find your breath as we find this compression of the body, remaining calm and in your practice. And once you've had enough, you can move through shoulder stand or slowly lower the back to the floor. Through shoulder stand, we would come all the way back up and then slowly lower the hands down and the spine peels back down to the floor. Bringing your knees into your chest, hug them in. Just a couple more poses here. We're going to take a nice gentle twist. So bring your arms out to a T at shoulder height. Bringing those legs to a 90-degree angle, stacking your knees over your hips. Slowly guide them over to the right. And look to your left. If you're feeling any tugging at your lower back, any crunching there, you can place a blanket or a pillow in between your knees. See if you can soften here. Let your arms get really heavy. Let your hips get heavy. And as you inhale, gaze to the ceiling. We're going to use our core to lift our legs back up over our hips. Now put your feet down, adjust your hips a little bit. They got out of alignment there. Knees over hips. And draw them over to the left. Nice and slow. They land so quietly to the floor. Gazing to your right hand. If you like that pillow or blanket in between your knees, go for it. Now begin to settle in. Close your eyes. Let everything get quiet. Even as you find distractions around you, surrender to your mat. Surrender to the floor beneath you. Surrender to this moment. Finding yourself in the only moment that truly exists. Being here right now. There's nowhere else to be right now. There's nothing else to do. As you inhale, the gaze comes back up to the ceiling. We're going to use our core to draw these knees back over our hips. And then pull them into your chest. Hug them in. If you want to move into happy baby, you can, or if you're ready to move into Shavasana, you can go ahead and go there as well. So drawing the knees towards the shoulders, the feet are to the sky. You can hold on to the outsides of the feet, the ankles, the calves. So we have a deep bend in our knees. We want to try to keep the lower back to the floor, drawing the tailbone to the floor. The shoulders still remain heavy here. Maybe you rock left and right. Just trying to downgrade our nervous system. We did some hard work. Now let's ease into the softness of every pose we take here. Drawing your knees into center. And I want you to find a position for Shavasana that's most comfortable for you. So maybe that's with the legs extended.
Maybe that's coming to your right or left side. I'm going to come up to the computer and join you guys, but you find a position that's best for you. Maybe you put on a jacket or socks, grab a blanket. Sometimes at home, I can get a little cold in my Shavasana here. So find what works for you. And as you transition, try your best to remain in your practice, focusing internally, feeling every movement that you make as you reach for your blanket, as you feel your heels get heavier to the floor, as you find those little shifts throughout the body. I'll let go of all of your breath. Exhale that air away. And take a deep breath in through your nose. Let it travel to your feet. And sigh it away. Again, breath in through the nose, traveling all the way down. Let it go. One more just like that. Let it go. Your natural breath rhythm takes over. Allowing yourself some moments of quiet. I will mind the time. You give yourself permission to stay and enjoy. Draw a fresh breath in through the nose. Slowly begin to wiggle out the toes. Maybe you begin to push your pinky finger into your thumb pad on both hands, and then your ring finger into your thumb pad, and your middle, and your pointer finger. And you can continue all the way back and forth with the hands, just slowly finding that awareness coming back to your mat. In your own time, begin to roll onto your side, using your arm like a pillow up underneath your head. Taking a moment to rest in a fetal position. Slowly begin to make your way up to a seat, just as we began class. There's no rush. Take your time. And if your body says, I'm going to stay here, then stay. Listen. So as you sit up tall, maybe you keep your eyes closed, but just drawing your hands to heart center. Let go of all of your breath. Draw a fresh breath in through your nose and sigh it away. Thank yourself for showing up this Friday morning.
silently thank those who showed up with us virtually, creating this community together. Soon we'll be back again in live presence together. But the light from within me, it recognizes and honors the light within each of you. Thank you so much for coming. Namaste. Thank you for coming, everybody. I like to unmute everybody at the end. I want to hear any feedback, good things, bad things that you're feeling in your body. Maybe teach at 10:30. You want to work on? I'd love to hear.
Thank you, Leah.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Leah.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Leah.
Thank you, dear.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye, Hansa.
Bye.
Bye, Lauralee.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Have a good weekend.
You too. Bye, Mark. Bye, Ariel. Good to see you.
I can't turn mine off for some reason.
Well, I'll turn it off for you.
Bye. Thank you. Have a good day.
You too. Bye.
Yeah, bye.